Who knows what has happened to Prigozhin, and do we care?
Well, I mean, this was a very big deal. What happened? You basically had 8,000 mercenaries, people who were unaccountable to the Russian government, operate under a warlord named Prigozhin, make a move on Moscow to intimidate or overthrow the government of Russia, which is a nuclear armed power. So it's a pretty big deal that what happened. Right now you have a lot of people. I remember in the immediate afterwards when they said Prigozhin is going to Belarus. Every story on the internet, Wagner Group, which is the name of the mercenary group that he owned, is going to Belarus, and Poland's in a panic. The Ukrainians are in a panic. Well, and I was like, no, they're not. They've been disarmed. Most of them signed a contract. The others are dispersed. Some may go to train Belarusian forces, but Prigozhin's not taking command of anything because even though he got a pardon for his armed mutiny, he didn't get a pardon for corruption, and he didn't get a pardon for treason. And right now, he's in Russia because the FSB, the Russian FBI, did a raid on his residence, and they found stacks of gold bars. They found bags of cash. They found everything that seems to support charges of corruption. And I think, remember, Al Capone, murderer, thug, robber, didn't go to jail for any of those crimes. He went to jail for tax evasion. Right. Prigozhin, traitor, probably go to jail for corruption because
we have a clip of the raid and some slides that the FSB released. There's the raid. That's his headquarters in St. Petersburg. Now, this is what they produced: cash, weapons. There's the raid again. We have the other video that shows the pictures of him in a disguise. Look, he looks better in disguise than he does in real life. I don't know why he would dress up that way, but this is what FSB found or created. That's a photo of people's heads cut off.
Yeah, I mean, Wagner was accused of various crimes or war crimes.
There's the weapons.
Yep.
You're going to see, there's the gold bars. There's a military uniform with decorations that he didn't earn. 10 billion Russian rubles. All right, where does this put him? In the crosshairs of a Moscow prosecutor or in the basement of a Moscow dungeon?
Oh, look, Prigozhin's a very popular person, so the Russian government has to proceed carefully here. They have the goods on him, and I think public opinion will turn on Prigozhin, is already turned on him because of the armed rebellion. Putin is a very popular leader. There's not any need to manufacture a case. The evidence, I think, is going to be solid that Yevgeny Prigozhin was an extraordinarily corrupt individual who took Russian government money that was intended to achieve a military capability on the battlefield and used it to enrich himself and his circle of friends and advisors. And where it puts him is probably in jail for 10 to 15 years.